Welcome to tonight's broadcast, brought to you by the Konami announcing staff. I'm Ray. Both teams step onto the ice to begin their warm-up. The ref drops the puck to start the first period. Matvechuk. Hull. The Stars have control of the puck. Robs him of the puck. Matvechuk. Snap. Save! And the goalie hangs on for a whistle. Brown. Maltby. Robs him of the puck. Brown. Detroit setting up in the defensive zone. Red Wing fires it on the fly. Save. Wright skating in his own zone. Zubov. Sador. He has speed on the left side. Maltby carries it into his own zone. Robs him of the puck. Blasts it from the blue line. Carbonneau. Dallas carries it into his own zone. Stars skating in his own zone. Chambers. He's cruising down the right side. Fires it on the fly. Save! Maltby. Detroit carries it into his own zone. Winds up. Fires it on the fly. Gets a pad on it. And the goalie hangs on for a whistle. Stars. Keane skating in his own zone. Matvechuk. Hatcher. He rushes in on the right wing. Fires it on the fly. Feeds it back to the goalie. And the goalie hangs on for a whistle. Keane. McCarty intercepts the puck. Robs him of the puck. Hatcher. Dallas skating in his own zone. Wasn't looking for it. Fires it on the rebound. Shot. Gets a pad on it. And the goalie hangs on for a whistle. Red Wings. Holmstrom skating in his own zone. Chelios. Dandino. The Wings have control of the puck. Fires it on the fly. Lehtinen carries it into his own zone. Sador passes the puck. Backhander. Holmstrom winds up. Gets a pad on it. The ref stops the play for a faceoff. Shanahan snaps it from the slot. Gets a pad on it. The ref stops the play for a faceoff. Wright. Langenbrunner carries it into his own zone. Dallas fires it on the fly. Save! Red Wings carries it into his own zone. Gets ready to shoot. Fires it on the fly. Save. Chambers. Ward robs him of the puck. Langenbrunner takes over control of the puck. Dallas setting up in the defensive zone.
1 minute
Stars
remaining in the first period.
carries it into his own zone. Passes it to the left. Wright setting up in the defensive zone. Shanahan pounces on a sloppy pass. LaPointe. Detroit setting up in the defensive zone. Red Wings. Backhander. Fires it on the fly. Langenbrunner. The Stars have control of the puck. Fires it on the fly. Gets a pad on it. Shanahan skating in his own zone. Robs him of the puck. And the horn sounds to end the first. We're underway in the middle frame. Right. He flies along the boards on the left side. Ward setting up in the defensive zone. He has speed on the left side. Iserman, Lidstrom, Lapointe gets ready to shoot. Gets ready to shoot. Slap shot. Gets a pad. Gets a pad on it. Matvechuk gets a pad on it. Plant skating in his own zone. Matvechuk carries it into his own zone. Verbeek fires it on the rebound. He shoots. Lapointe. Detroit setting up in the defensive zone. He's cruising down the right side. Robs him of the puck. Stars carries it into his own zone. Wasn't looking for it. Matvechuk. Carbonneau carries it into his own zone. Hatcher carries it into his own zone. Carbonneau fires it on the fly. Gets a pad on it. He flies along the boards on the left side. Robs him of the puck. Backhander fires it on the fly. Gets a pad on it. Dallas. He rushes in on the right wing. Stars. Lidstrom takes over control of the puck. Detroit winds up. Fires it on the fly. He shoots. He scores to take the lead. Nicholas Lidstrom scores the goal.
Red Wings.
1-0. The Detroit Red Wings. 2:42 remaining in the second period. Stars. Marshall. Sador. Zubov. Marshall robs him of the puck. He rushes up on the left wing. He makes a flip pass. Skrudland takes over control of the puck. Dallas skating in his own zone. Wasn't looking for it. Red Wings carries it into his own zone. Murphy gets ready to shoot. Slap shot. Gets a pad on it. Marshall. Zubov. Dallas skating in his own zone. Fires it on the front. Rebound. He shoots. Close save. The ref stops the play for a faceoff. Robs him of the puck. Robs him of the puck. Robs him of the puck. Winds up. Fires it on the fly. Stars. Chambers skating in his own zone. Hull. Lettinen. Chambers.
1 minute remaining in the second period.
Lettinen fires it on the fly. Dandino carries it into his own zone. Robs him of the puck. The ref stops the play for a faceoff. Right. Dallas skating in his own zone. Stars takes over control of the puck. Langenbrunner. Dallas skating in his own zone. Stars. Robs him of the puck. Gets ready to shoot. Fires it on the fly. Matvechuk carries it into his own zone. Langenbrunner. Hatcher. Yzerman takes over control of the puck. Fires it on the fly. And that wraps up the middle frame. Play is underway in the third period. Carbonneau, he rushes up on the left wing. He comes down the right wing with speed. Cross-ice pass, fires it on the fly, robs him of the puck. Dallas carries it into his own zone. Fires it on the fly, save! Gets a pad on it. Rebound, shot! Fires the rebound. Start. Shanahan robs him of the puck. Passes it to the goalie. McCowan carries it into his own zone. Verbeek takes over control of the puck. Robs him of the puck. Carbonneau takes over control of the puck. Dallas passes the puck. Red Wings pounces on a sloppy pass. Robs him of the puck. Carbonneau skating in his own zone. He comes down the right wing with speed. Verbeek. Sador. Dallas skating in his own zone. Stars. Carbonneau fires it on the fly. Flies over the top of the net. The ref stops the play for a faceoff. Kozlov. Marshall. Dallas skating in his own zone. Can't handle the puck. Red Wings. The Red Wings have control of the puck. Backhander. Fires it on the fly. Save. Chambers skating in his own zone. Keane passes the... Fires it on the fly. Fires the rebound. Flies over the top of the net. Save! And the goalie hangs on for a whistle. Dandino. Detroit carries it into his own zone. Red Wings. Gets the shot off while going down. Gets a pad on it. Winds up. Fires the rebound. The ref stops the play for a faceoff. Lapointe feeds it back to the goalie. And the goalie hangs on for a whistle. Detroit. Backhander. Fires it on the... Stars. Right. Dallas carries it into his own zone. Red Wings. Yzerman skating in his own zone. He's cruising down the right side. Fires it on the fly. Gets a pad on it. Right. Dallas carries it into his own zone. Backhander robs him of the puck. Stars setting up in the defensive zone. Chelios takes over control of the puck. Detroit carries it into his own zone. Fires it on the fly. Save. Stars skating in his own zone.
1 minute remaining
Right.
in the third period.
Langenbrunner. Dallas fires it on the rebound. Shot. Stars passes the puck. Yzerman carries it into his own zone. Gets ready to shoot. Fires it on the fly. It's in there. That puts them on top. Brendan Shanahan scores the goal. Steve Yzerman assisted on the play.
Red Wings.
2-0.
Goal.
The Detroit Red Wings. 0:31 left to go in the third period. Maltby. Backhander. Save. Verbeek throws it to the left. Chambers setting up in the defensive zone. Dallas. Stars. Verbeek passes the puck. Robs him of the puck. Fedorov. And the final horn sounds to end the game. Won by the Detroit Red Wings.